And that 6 car is trying to figure out how am I going to help my other car, Corey LaJoie, behind me in my rearview mirror. There it is. That's how you help them.
It's time to get this party started in Daytona. Thursday night, under the lights, 2 races to set the field for the 500. Green flag and Duel 1 is underway.
And you see right off the bat, Chris Buescher up behind Joey Logano to get himself in a position. We talk about the RFK cars, we talk about Joey Logano and the Fords. It's going to be interesting to see what the plan is with each manufacturer. Every one of these manufacturers is going to have somewhat of a plan. You see Corey Heim up there. He's not somebody that they're used to racing with up in the front of these packs. So a lot of things to be learned on a whole bunch of levels.
Well, business has picked up. The entire field here at lap 36 and 37 just ran their fastest lap, and the wide open throttle reflects it. Those Fords at the front, they are wide open all the way around this racetrack right now.
I just saw Logano try to make his move to the bottom, and he was trying to let Blaney in, but Blaney didn't go.
Well, the whole complexion of this race just changed when Larry said that they picked up that lap time. The whole pack closed up. They went 3 wide. The lap times picked up, and now we know that the business is for real, trying to get yourself positioned to be further forward for this pit stop, and the games are over.
Blaney's the one that missed the train.
Chandler Smith on the inside of Blaney now.
And you see that spacing that everybody has right there, and that's purely to try to get a reference to be able to not run the guy over in front of you.
All the Fords. Oh, Mears back there turned around, got into Noah Gragson. This could be a caution right here. Keep an eye on Mears right back here.
Casey Mears, Noah Gragson.
Yeah, just got in there too hot, locked the brakes up, tried to avoid the 4 car, lost control of the back, and that's where the contact came from.
There's the race off pit road. Priest had a bad pit stop. Looks like Buescher to the point. You can see Priest clear back here in the back right here.
Casey Mears' car is stuck in the mud. You'd normally have to get a wreck or a rollback, but not anymore. Watch this. Up we go. Here we go.
Teammates on the inside, teammates on the outside.
Well, now it's serious now. We're going to see what everybody has. We're going to see pushing. We're going to be seeing everybody push and shove as hard as they can. We see all those Fords stacked up at the front, those guys that were able to pit and get that caution to come out.
Well, right now, I might give you the front row and let you take the field, because Chris Buescher and Joey Logano, those names were on pretty much everybody's lips looking at favorites for this one.
Well, you see right there, Chandler Smith, he's being aggressive going to the middle of the pack.
Chandler Smith in third. How about that?
Now as a car owner, this Keselowski and that 6 car is trying to figure out how am I going to help my other car, Corey LaJoie, behind me in my rearview mirror.
Well, I think right there, that's what you see out of Chris Buescher, is trying to put that.
There it is. That's how you help them. You try to pass that guy, and that's exactly who they're racing, Chandler Smith.
Boy, they traded a lot of paint. That was very aggressive on Keselowski's part.
And that all started with Buescher, though. They put him in a bad spot by putting him on the outside, and he went to block, and Keselowski filled the hole. Here they are as we get towards the end of this one.
Bubba, move to the bottom. Here we go. Look at this run on the bottom.
On their door.
It's a great time move getting into turn 1, shooting to that bottom, right to the lead. Good job, Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace was 12th on the restart. He is up front.
Oh, he's wrecking.
Around goes Wallace, and in the wall goes Byron Buescher. And at least one other car. I think that's Chandler Smith.
I think it is Chandler Smith. It looks like some splitter damage on the bottom of that car.
And that's exactly what we've been talking about. Those moments that are not your fault. And it's just a push gone wrong right here, and it collected a few cars.
That Bubba Wallace making that aggressive move, getting into 1 is a fantastic move, but it'll put him too far out in front of the 3 car. Here this train comes, boom, right there, turn him sideways, gets sideways again, and finishes him off.
And Austin Dillon can see that coming, but Chris Buescher could not see the distance to the back bumper of Bubba Wallace's car. So he thinks he's doing the right thing by continuing to push, but ultimately it doesn't let the 3 cars slow down enough to not hit him too hard.
Green-white checker to decide this first duel.
4 Fords up front. They're going to control their destiny, but these guys are going to have something to say about it in the back too. Who's going to be? You might be a Ford, but you got teammates on the outside, teammates on the bottom.
And it's 4 Fords from 2 different teams. Roush Fenway Keselowski on the inside, Team Penske on the outside.
You see Ryan Blaney and Joey Logano get connected really well. The bottom did good for a little bit, and Corey LaJoie came disconnected, but they've since have a little bit of space on the top. You see Logano right there, looked like he drug some brakes trying to get himself back to Ryan Blaney.
And look what he did. Look at that power surge down the backstretch.
Boy, those RFK Fords have speed. They're going to be tough to deal with on Sunday.
Well, we've seen Corey LaJoie do this before. We've seen Brad Keselowski have so many moments where he's controlled the race from the front like this. And not only is he an aggressive pusher, but he's also an aggressive blocker.
Joey Logano trying for his 4th dual win. Ryan Blaney won one of these in 2018.
Cut out quite a bit here. Big surge coming on the outside.
Brad Keselowski in the 6th, a dual winner 4 years ago.
And we always talk about the Penske teamwork. I think we'll see the same thing from that bottom row from those RFK cars, because Corey LaJoie, all he wants to do is get into this race, but that top lane is surging.
Well, they're also together. Look at the chain. I talk about this all the time. Links in the chain.
Crash!
And it's LaJoie.
And he hits hard up into the turn 3 wall.
Oh, no. Where's Chandler Smith? Here he comes back there in the back. You can see him.
Flag here.
Caution is out.
Yeah. Nice job, guys.
Logano to the flag, under the caution, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney. And we'll have to wait and see on the race-in driver.
Keep an eye on this, guys.
Because that caution flag would end the race.
Oh, my gosh. Kevin.
See where they are at the time of the caution and who is or isn't involved.
Well, we talked about Casey Mears spinning some donuts down there and losing a lap, but he got the lucky dog and was able to put himself in position. But we talked about this. You got to be able to get to the end of this race, and you just never know when somebody else is going to make a mistake. And unfortunately, Corey LaJoie, wrong place, wrong time.
Watch this car clear back here in the back. We are out of this thing. LaJoie is in it, clear up here. They start collecting down on the bottom, and look him coming on the outside 3 wide, and watch what happens right here. Shoots to the outside, barely misses LaJoie, shoots into Suarez and off into the sunset and in to the Daytona 500. It can happen that fast.
And he knew it, Clint, because I don't think he's whipped it yet. He knew that he had to plow his way.
The only card he had.
Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Keep pushing here. Keep pushing to the line. Keep pushing to the line. That'll put us in it right here. Keep coming here. Keep coming. All the way to the line. Yeah.
It is Casey Mears. He is going to race on
Unbelievable.
Sunday. How about that? 2 Toyotas ahead of 2 Chevys to lead them to green for Duel 2, 150 miles, 60 laps.
Why will they see him go down and get in front of that Toyota?
See Chase Briscoe way out there, and like Clint was saying, when they make that plan, the leader will pick the outside, and the guy on the inside, when he's your teammate, drags the brake a little bit, doesn't get going as soon, so that you guys can work together. And in the last race, we saw all those RFK cars get themselves positioned really early in the race. We see some Joe Gibbs cars up front. We see a couple of Hendrick cars right there side by side, 3rd row back. So it'll be interesting to see if those Gibbs cars can get themselves positioned and what everybody else's plan is.
With 2 to go in our window, I'm going to have you back up to the 47, and we're going to try to get a run to try to get the lead. Have the 47 go with us to the bottom. Copy that.
Well, good plan, because you can't pit from the outside lane.
No, but he's going to try to take that 47 with him as the plan. You're going to back up, get to the bumper of the 47. He's going to push as hard as he can and push you in front of both of those cars. Not only you, but him as well. Maybe McDowell with him.
I don't believe any of it. After the last race,
believe it. Watch, he's pushing hard.
They said they were pitting. You got to be careful.
I don't see how both of them can clear Briscoe.
That's going to be a tough feat, and because Briscoe and those guys on the bottom lane.
Be ready for it, because here it comes. You see that lift out of McDowell? He had to look at the flames coming out of that thing. The 3rd car back, the Eagle. He's clear. That's how, right there. See if they take it. I don't know if they'll take. Yeah, they're going to take it because we got a pit stop coming. That's
well done.
Yep. Toyotas are coming, fellas.
All right, Toyotas to pit this time at lap 45.
And this could be really unique for those guys that are not coming, so you got to be really careful here not to run those guys over.
Alfredo got to the front on that front. Here he comes. Chase. How about Chase Elliott coming with them?
Wow.
That's a shakeup.
5 cars to pit road, led by Briscoe.
Yeah, this is a super broken up strategy for the 19 and 11.
And Briscoe is not going to be with them.
Bad stop on Briscoe. Good point. Let's keep an eye on this other group right here, see if they come.
It was a mistake. Stopped. You see him right there. He doesn't go far enough. Had to refire it, guys. That cost him quite a bit of time.
All right, here are the Chevrolets.
Some of them.
Some. Not Connor Zillett. She's going to stay on track out in front.
We're going to have three different groups in this one. Didn't see that in the last duel.
Well, and this is not what you want to see. I mean, obviously, Chase Briscoe, the last car on your bottom screen right there. You see Anthony Alfredo making his pit stop, had positioned himself up towards the front of this pack. But there's just not very many cars on pit road.
5 right now.
And so what'll happen right here is all these cars that are organized on the racetrack are going to make way better lap time than the guys that are broken up into smaller groups.
Now those 5 all left pretty much together. They'll be able to form up a draft. Let's see if this brings the rest to pit road. Zillett. Oh, not by himself.
Left him out.
Oh boy.
Super unorganized.
Almost ran him over.
Yeah, a lot of plans gone wrong right here. And I think as you see all these things broken up, this pack right here on the racetrack, as you see Connor Zillett on pit road, this pack right here on the racetrack is going to want to run as long as they can run, because all of the things that have happened, they aren't going to make near the lap time that these cars are on the racetrack. So they're going to make up overall time if they can get their pit stop right.
And now everybody else comes to pit road. 9 cars.
Very collected, though, to Kevin's point.
Yeah, and they're still going to have the biggest numbers when they get back out on the racetrack.
You see how bad that hurt. Zillett pitting by himself. Freight train.
Yeah, this is not going to be as bad as I thought it was going to be, Clint. This group that got formed back up is actually going to go by the group that was on the racetrack. Thing that we got to watch on the back straightaway off of exit of turn 2 right here is when these cars start changing lanes to try to break up the momentum of the cars that are coming at a much faster pace of speed.
And that's exactly what they'll do. They'll pull up there and block them. Are you sure you want me to do that? They're going too fast.
I don't think so. The closing rate is too fast.
We've seen them do it before. There's one that's going to do it.
You just need one to make a little bit of chicane so that those cars behind you start getting mixed up. That's exactly what you want to see.
Look at
them. Didn't work. Barry went too high. They threaded the needle up to the top.
But now they're all going to be together because they broke the momentum of that pack.
And Eric Jones emerges at the front of this pack ahead of Chase Elliott and Michael McDowell.
That is exactly what you want to do if you're the guy that's put yourself at a disadvantage. Those 3 cars in different lanes to make them serpentine like they did through that traffic. Now they weren't together, and it broke that momentum and just made it one pack again.
Well, it might work this time, Kevin, but you want me to do what? You want me to pull up in front of that car? That is a difficult situation. It's pretty dicey, if you ask me.
Carson Hocevar right there.
1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Well, who's it going to be? Who's going to pull out a line first? You see those first
Big
2
push.
cars with a massive push from Carson Hocevar to the back bumper of that 9.
5's going to have an option right here.
5's going to have an option right here, and he's going to get a run on this 77 car. And he chooses to be in the back bumper of Carson Hocevar.
Thought he might move and McDowell might go with him, but no, they hold station.
It sure seems like these guys are committed to each other to at least get off the exit at turn 4 with the Chevrolets.
Bell to the bottom for Toyota.
One more, too. Thought better of it. Got back in line.
Off turn 4 for the final time.
Move from Larson to the inside.
Chase Elliott. Now it's a 3-time duel winner for crew chief Alan Gustafson, who grew up here in Daytona Beach.
Okay, I saw. And Anthony Alfredo, how about him making the show? That's huge for him.
You got to love that for Little Beard Motorsports out of Michigan, second-generation team, one full-time employee, the crew chief for all this time, Darren Shaw, and they run a very limited schedule of a few races. They're going to be thrilled to be in this 500.
I don't even know where to start with that, but take us through those last moments and how you ended up here.
Well, I mean, probably a little bit of power of prayer. There's a lot of that going on in the car, and you know, just couldn't thank everybody enough for getting us here to begin with. But yeah, I had an issue on pit road, and I got a run around the outside, and I figured I'd just stay in the gas no matter what happened. And when I saw him spinning and I missed the first guy, I thought, okay, good. And then I hit the 99 that I hit square. Anyway, I hit somebody square, and I knew when I hit him flat, it didn't tear up the car too much, and I was going to be able to get back. But I didn't know who was in front of me still, you know, whether or not we made it. And then all the guys started going nuts on the radio. So